crushing weight of the Atlantis is ultimate.
A utopian empire of unmatched wealth, completely swallowed by the sea. Welcome to Atlantis, the lost algorithm of a fallen empire. We use AI to completely rebuild its glory. Everything we know about this city comes from the ancient philosopher, Plato. He described it as the absolute pinnacle of human engineering. To understand its creation, we must start at the very beginning. Legend says the sea god Poseidon carved the island into perfect concentric rings. The city was built using beautiful white, black, and red volcanic stones. They constructed colossal defensive walls entirely around the rings of water. The outermost wall was completely coated in blinding, polished brass. The second, inner wall was coated entirely in pure, shining tin. But the central wall was coated in Orichalcum, a legendary, glowing red metal. It made the central citadel sparkle like actual fire in the sunlight. To unite the rings, they engineered massive, flawless stone bridges. They carved enormous underground docks directly into the solid rock walls.
These hidden harbors housed an unstoppable fleet of heavily armed warships.
A massive central canal allowed merchant ships to sail directly into the heart. At the absolute center stood the magnificent temple of Poseidon. The interior roof was carved from pure ivory, heavily inlaid with gold. Inside sat a colossal, solid gold statue of the sea god.
They engineered perfect civic plumbing, featuring dual fountains of hot and cold water.
The middle ring housed a massive, circular track dedicated entirely to high-speed racing.
Outside the city lay the Great Plain, a masterpiece of mathematical irrigation.
It produced unimaginable, flawless harvests twice a year, fueling the population.
The empire was ruled by a highly advanced, philosophically superior bloodline.
10 kings ruled the massive island, meeting to maintain absolute global order.
Their unbreakable laws were inscribed deeply into a sacred pillar of glowing orichalcum.
For generations, it was a flawless utopia. The perfect balance of technology and morality.
But absolute power inevitably corrupts. The divine bloodline grew heavily diluted.
The kings became infected with base human greed and unyielding imperial ambition. They weaponized their advanced technology, launching a ruthless invasion of the ancient world.
Zeus, seeing their terrible corruption, decided to execute a catastrophic system wipe. It began without warning. A violent, earth-shattering tremor struck the central island. The perfect geometry was shattered. Massive fissures ripped the golden streets completely in half. Centuries of architectural brilliance collapsed into dust and rubble in mere seconds. Then, the ocean aggressively pulled away from the docks, exposing the bare seafloor. An unimaginably massive, apocalyptic wall of black water rose on the horizon. The wave struck with absolute fury, instantly vaporizing the massive brass defensive walls. The intricate rings of water and land became a terrifying, inescapable death trap. The unstoppable fleet of warships was effortlessly smashed into splinters by the churning sea.
The grand temple of Poseidon was utterly shattered, its golden statues swallowed. In a single day and night, the entire continent plunged into the abyss. When the sun rose, there was absolutely nothing left. The pinnacle of humanity was erased. They sealed their oaths by pouring the blood of a sacrificed bull. The broken skeleton of the empire settled quietly into the freezing, crushing depths.
Over thousands of years, the ocean meticulously buried the evidence in coral and sand.
Today, explorers obsessively scour the ocean floor, hunting for the lost rings of power.
Some theorists point to the Eye of the Sahara, a geological anomaly matching Plato's rings.
Others believe it was inspired by the catastrophic destruction of the advanced Minoan civilization.
Perhaps Atlantis was never a physical place, but a profound, timeless, philosophical warning. A chilling reminder that no civilization, no matter how incredibly advanced,
Is ever truly immune to the brutal, uncompromising forces of nature. The treasures of the past are always waiting to be discovered.
Hidden just beneath the surface of our collective human memory.
Keeping its ancient, terrifying secrets completely, silently safe. From the bottom of the ocean to the heart of the jungle, what lost city should we find next?
If you want AI to uncover the true engineering behind the world's greatest myths, subscribe right now.
Tell us in the comments, should we reconstruct the city of El Dorado? Or
an empire of unparalleled architectural brilliance.
built upon the harmony of water and stone, and protected by an absolute, terrifying naval dominance.
A civilization that flew too close to the sun.
Erased by the very forces it tried to master. Leaving only ripples in the vast ocean of time. And a story that refuses to be forgotten. The lost algorithm of a fallen empire.
Still waiting in the dark.
Beneath the crushing weight of the sea.